stop what you are doing right now and put the phone down for a second because I know exactly what you are feeling. You woke up this morning, you grabbed your glasses, you logged into your banking app, expecting to see your Social Security deposit sitting there in green numbers, and instead, you saw the same balance you had yesterday. Your heart dropped. You thought, did I miss the date? Did the government forget me? Is my account frozen? I need you to take a deep breath, because what you are experiencing right now is not a disaster. It is a delay. And there is a very specific, technical reason why your money is sitting in a digital limbo right now. It is Wednesday, January 28th. And for millions of seniors, this is payday. But for the big banks, this is just another processing morning, and they are holding your money until the official settlement window opens. In this urgent broadcast, I'm going to explain the 9 a.m. rule that banks never tell you about. I am going to explain why your neighbor with Chime got paid yesterday while you with Wells Fargo are still waiting today. I am going to show you how to check if your money is actually pending versus missing. And most importantly, I am going to stop you from making a panic phone call to the Social Security Administration that will keep you on hold for 3 hours for no reason. Your money is safe. It is likely just stuck in the morning traffic of the federal banking system. Let's decode exactly what is happening to your check right now. The first thing we need to establish is the calendar. Today is Wednesday, January 28th. If your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st of the month, today is legally your payday. The Social Security Administration sent the money. The Treasury Department released the funds. The file left the Federal Reserve last night. So, if the government did its job, why is your bank account empty? The answer lies in the difference between ledger balance and available balance. Right now, at this very second, your money is likely sitting in your bank's general ledger. The bank sees it. The computer sees it. But they haven't moved it to your available column yet. Why? Because traditional banks, the big ones like Chase, Bank of America, PNC, Truist, often adhere to a strict policy of not making funds available until the Federal Reserve's settlement window officially closes for the day. That window typically opens at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time and runs through 9 a.m. If you are checking your account at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., you are simply too early for the bank's internal clock. They are holding the funds to collect a few extra hours of float interest, or simply because their legacy computer systems batch process deposits after the branch opens. This is frustrating. It feels personal. But it is standard operating procedure. If you check again at 9:30 a.m. or 10 a.m., there is a 90% chance that the zero will turn into your deposit. Now, you might be seeing comments on this video from people saying, "I got paid yesterday." What are you talking about? This creates confusion. Why did they get paid on Tuesday if the payday is Wednesday? This is the rise of early direct deposit. Banks like Chime, SoFi, Current, and many credit unions have changed their policy. They stopped waiting for the settlement window. When they get the notification from the Federal Reserve on Tuesday that money is coming, they front you the cash immediately out of their own pockets because they know the government is good for it. Traditional banks do not do this. They wait until they actually have the cash in hand on Wednesday morning. So, do not compare your timeline to your neighbor's timeline unless you have the exact same bank. If you are with a traditional bank, you are on the Wednesday schedule, not the Tuesday early bird schedule. You are not late. They are just early. There is a specific group of people watching this video who are panicking for the wrong reason, and I need to address you directly. If you receive supplemental security income and you are checking your account today, Wednesday, January 28th, wondering where your money is, stop. You are not supposed to get paid today. Your payment is scheduled for this Friday, January 30th. I see this happen every single month. The schedules get mixed up in your head because you hear Social Security payment today on the news. Today is strictly for the retirement and disability insurance group with birthdays after the 20th. SSI is a completely different program with a completely different schedule. If you are on SSI, close your banking app. Your money is safe. It is coming on Friday. If you call the bank today, screaming about your SSI check, they will look at you like you are crazy because it's not due yet. Save your stress for Friday. For those of you who are in the 21st to 31st birthday group and you wait until noon and the money is still not there, what then? Now we move from bank delay to potential problem. The first thing to check is not the bank, but the amount. Sometimes the deposit is there, but you don't recognize it because it is smaller than you thought. Remember, January is the month where the new Medicare Part B premiums kick in for everyone. If you expected $1,800 but you see a deposit for $1,780, you might think, that's not my check, that's a partial payment. No, that is your check minus the new $202.90 premium. Do not look for the old amount, look for the new amount. If you see a deposit that is close to what you expected, that is it. The bank didn't hide the rest. The government kept it for insurance. Let's talk about the nightmare scenario. Direct Express. If you use the Direct Express card, today is often a day of technical failure. The mobile app for Direct Express is notorious for crashing on the 3rd of the month and on the 4th Wednesday. Millions of seniors try to log in at the same time to check their balance. The server gets overloaded. You get a system unavailable message, or worse, you log in and it says, balance $0, even though the money is there, because the display isn't updating. This is a display glitch, not a payment glitch. If your app isn't working, do not assume you are broke. Go to the grocery store, buy a pack of gum, swipe the card. If it goes through, your money is there. Or go to an ATM and do a balance inquiry. The ATM connects directly to the MasterCard network, bypassing the buggy mobile app. Trust the card, not the phone screen. What if you recently switched banks? This is the #1 cause of frozen payments in January. Many seniors change banks at the start of the year. You went to the Social Security office in December, gave them your new voided check, and thought it was handled. But the government moves slow. It takes them 30 to 60 days to update a direct deposit. There is a high probability that your money was sent to your old bank account this morning. If you close that old account, the money will bounce. It will hit the closed account, get rejected, go back to the Treasury, and then the Treasury will cut you a paper check. This process takes 7 to 10 days. If you switched banks recently and you don't see the money in the new account, call your old bank immediately. Ask them, did a deposit try to hit my closed account today? If they say yes, you know the money isn't lost, it is just bouncing. You will have to watch your mailbox for the paper check. There is another reason for a hold that nobody likes to talk about, the Treasury Offset Program. If you owe money to the federal government back taxes, student loans, child support, they have the legal right to intercept your Social Security check before it hits the bank. This is called an offset. Sometimes they take the whole check. Sometimes they take 15%. If your bank shows a deposit of $0 or a much smaller deposit, you might have been offset. Usually, they send a letter warning you, but mail gets lost. If you suspect this, you can call the Treasury Offset Program automated line to check if you have a debt in the system. Your bank cannot fix this. The bank just accepts what the Treasury sends. If the Treasury sends $0, the bank posts $0. Let's discuss the pending status that appears on some online banking portals. You might see your deposit listed under pending transactions with a grey icon next to it. It says, Social Security TRAS 310 pending. What does this mean? It means the bank has the money, but they are processing the legal settlement. You cannot spend this money yet. If you swipe your debit card while it is pending, you might get declined or hit with an overdraft fee because your available balance is still low. You must wait for that status to change from pending to posted. This usually happens overnight, but on payment days, banks often push it through by mid-morning. Do not force a transaction until the status changes. You don't want to pay a $35 overdraft fee on the day you got paid. I also want to warn you about the scams that are popping up literally right now this morning. Scammers know that banking delays cause panic. They know you are worried, so they are sending text messages to millions of numbers today saying, Bank alert, your January 28th. Deposit is on hold. Click here to verify identity to release funds. This is a lie. This is a scam. Your bank will never text you a link to release a direct deposit. Direct deposits are automatic. There is no release button you have to press. If you click that link, you will be taken to a fake login page that looks like your bank. You will type in your password, and the scammers will steal your login and drain your account. If you get a text about your deposit being held, delete it. If you are worried, call the number on the back of your debit card. Do not trust the text message. Now, let's look at the gap that you are facing starting today. Once this money clears, and it will clear, you have to make it last. Today is January 28th. The next time you get a check is February 25th. That is a full 28-day cycle. February is a short month, which is a blessing. But it is also a cold month. Heating bills are highest in February. The cost of food is still high. The biggest mistake seniors make on delayed payment day is stress spending. You are so stressed all morning wondering where the money is that when it finally arrives at noon, you feel a rush of relief. And you go, buy something you don't need to make yourself feel better. Oh, thank God, let's go out to lunch. Be careful, you just lost 4 hours of sleep. Don't lose $40 of your budget. This money has to cover every single bill until late February. Secure your rent first. Secure your utilities second. Then breathe. For those of you with joint accounts, check with your spouse. Did they move the money? Did a scheduled bill payment go out automatically at midnight? Sometimes you check the account and the balance is lower than expected, not because the deposit didn't come, but because the mortgage autodraft came out at the exact same second. Look at the transaction history, not just the balance. You might see plus $1,800 deposit and minus $1,200 mortgage happening simultaneously. The money came and went in a blink. This is common on the fourth Wednesday because many bill pay systems are set to align with this date. Let's address the date mismatch on your statement. Sometimes banks post the transaction with the wrong date. You might see a deposit today, January 28th, but the bank statement says January 29th or January 27th. Banks have different cut-off times. If the file arrived late last night, they might date it for tomorrow for accounting purposes, even if they let you access the cash today. Don't worry about the date on the screen as long as the cash is spendable. The IRS and SSA know when they sent it. The bank's display date is just for their records. If it is 5 p.m. tonight and the sun is going down and you have checked your app, called the bank, and there is absolutely zero sign of money, no pending, no posted, nothing, then you have a legitimate issue. This is when you need to take action. Step 1. Check My Social Security online. Does it show payment issued January 28th? Step 2. If yes, call your bank's fraud department. Ask if there is a block on your account. Sometimes, if the bank suspects suspicious activity, they freeze the whole account, including incoming deposits. You need to clear the security flag. Step 3. If the bank says, "We see nothing," then you call the SSA tomorrow morning. Do not call tonight. They can't initiate a non-receipt trace until the payment is at least 3 days late. Calling today won't help. They will just tell you to wait. Save your time. Wait until Friday to call the SSA if it is still missing. I want to pivot to the emotional toll this takes. Living check to check is exhausting. Waking up and having to panic about a banking delay is not fair. You worked for this money. It is your right. The banking system in America is outdated. We are the only major economy that still takes hours or days to settle a transaction. In Europe, transfers are instant. In the US, we have to wait for the 9 a.m. rule. It is frustrating, but understanding that it is a system issue, not a you issue, can help lower your blood pressure. You didn't do anything wrong. You filled out the forms correctly. The system is just slow. Let's talk about the earnings limit one more time, because it is a common reason for frozen payments in January. If you work part-time and you earned over $22,320 last year, and you didn't tell the SSA, they might have suspended your benefits starting this month to recover the overpayment. They usually send a letter, but if you missed the letter, the missing check today is the first sign. If you know you worked a lot last year, this is a distinct possibility. You will need to file an appeal or a waiver to get the payments turned back on. Finally, I want to leave you with a sense of perspective. We have tracked these payments for years. Every single month on the fourth Wednesday, thousands of people panic between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. And every single month, by 12 p.m., 99% of those people have their money. The system works. It is just clunky. The odds are overwhelmingly in your favor that this is just a morning delay. Do not let this ruin your Wednesday. Do not let it ruin your week. Keep checking the app every hour. Watch for the pending to turn to posted. And when it does, remember to budget for the gap. Your money is yours. It is coming. The files are processed. The banks are opening their digital doors. Stay patient, stay vigilant against scams, and I will see you in the next update when we cover the SSI drop on Friday. Hang in there.